Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and well, bit of a travel delay, missed a day, but let's get an episode out. I mean, I've only been awake for 24 hours at this point, so what could go wrong? Okay, so piracy versus griefing. Of course, a great video like this would come up while I was away. And definitely a topic that I like to talk about. When CIG is defining it and they're saying, if you're going after a player and you're just killing them again and again and again, that's griefing. If you're preventing someone from playing the game, that's griefing. But at the same time, if you're the player who's the victim of that, and this is happening to you again and again and again, you submit a ticket, how long is it going to take to get that ticket answered, right? Like, you just want to get in and play the game. So, I don't really know. I think, on the one hand, this is a system that obviously has yet to manifest itself in any real, tangible way in the game. I mean, we sort of have a crime and punishment system. Definitely saw that in my little trip to Korea last week. But, it's not something that's really manifested itself in the universe. So it's really difficult to comment on it. But I think that CIG's heart is in the right place, because on the one hand, you don't want the game to just be, happy friend space squad where everyone's just going around and mining and running cargo and everyone's just like, hello friend, hello friend. Boring. So freaking boring. You want it to be exciting, but at the same time, you don't want it to be something to the point where people are just like, oh my god, I hate this. Now, if a player kind of says, you know what, hey, if I do 5 more of these cargo runs, I'll have all the money I need to, go up from the Cutlass to the Caterpillar. But if I take my Cutlass and I run through pirate space and go over here and do this mission, I can do it because of those rewards being a little bit higher for going to the more dangerous parts of space. I can maybe do it in one run. And they roll the dice. Maybe they win, maybe they lose. That, to me, is a little bit more towards the acceptable. I've always kind of leaned towards the idea that ships should be very hard to detect. If the player behind the wheel of that ship is smart and knows their shit and is doing the best they can to minimize their signature and using whatever natural phenomena and line of sight type things that can block any type of returns or emissions from their ship escaping outwards and letting other people see them. If someone's being super smart, then they should be able to get, sneak past. I really feel that piracy should be a serious cat and mouse game. Not unlike, say, one attack submarine trying to find a missile submarine out in the ocean, and, the missile submarine is listening for the attack sub trying to sneak up on it, and the attack sub is trying to listen for the missile boat, that sort of thing, where it takes skill, it takes time and effort to yield that reward. Whereas, like, let's say an NPC cargo ship might just go trucking by like la-di-da and it's instantly visible. So a pirate might go, hey, there he is. But, if they're out there looking, they might find a higher value target in a player. And if they've got the skill to track that player down, despite whatever that player might be doing to minimize their signature, that's kind of where I'd like to see things end up, I don't feel that we should ever be at a point where it's just like, oh, I've got a scanner and everything within 100 kilometers is going to be visible. And clearly, we're not going to that place. I think that a lot of people's concerns in regards to, oh, is the system protected? Oh, am I in a law bubble or am I in a pirate bubble in terms of law enforcement? That sort of thing. I think when you add in the scanning system, signature detection, that sort of thing, smart players will probably be able to prosper in that environment, whereas the person who just kind of rolls in and says, oh, whatever, I don't have to worry about all these things. I don't have to manage all these signatures, and I don't really have to worry about all that. Should just be able to just truck in here and do whatever I want, that player is probably not going to fare too well. I think that it should be a system that rewards smart players on both sides, you know. There should be some NPCs out there that are kind of obvious targets for pirates, so they're, okay, you know what, I've got these 2 obvious targets on my scanners here, but I kind of think there might be someone else trying to sneak by, so do I want to kind of go for the one that's right there in my face, obvious, or do I want to maybe see if there's someone trying to run something really valuable, or someone maybe mining something really valuable in this area that I can take advantage of, or I can just kind of go for the low-hanging fruit, which is the NPC, and just take that shit. Now, the part where they were talking about, you know, if you kill the same player again and again and again, that's griefing. Yes and no. Yes and no. I don't really believe that that's entirely true. Because on the one hand, if you're just sitting there outside of a station and you're blowing up someone's ship, you're sniping them from outside of the armistice zone, that's just bad implementation. I mean, that shouldn't be possible in any ship. Maybe the armistice zones have to get a little bit bigger. I think that that's a fair argument to make to kind of prevent that kind of stuff, because that's kind of cheeseball bullshit, you know, to do that kind of thing. I don't do it. You know, I don't think I've ever done that, because it's just a bullshit move. But at the same time, sometimes people just ask for it. You know, they just basically go out there and ask for it. I mean, there was an experience I had recently in WoW, and I'll try to keep it brief, but there's certain missions in WoW, certain world PvP missions that you can complete. One of them is the Blackrook Rumble, which is this place Blackrook Hold. There's an arena there. You go in and you fight other players. After you kill X amount of players, you get 500 honor plus whatever extra reward. And so players go there every day to earn that. Now, if there's no players in the arena, NPCs spawn, you destroy them, you get your honor, you bounce. But I was down there and I was completing a mission, right? And this shaman jumps in on me. I'm on my road. The shaman jumps in on me and tries to attack me. Now, I have my UI set up so I can see the numerical value of this guy's hit points, and he had something like 2 million hit points to my 6 million. One of my melee attacks, if it crits, could literally one-shot this guy. I mean, this was a guy who had just gotten his character to 110, and pretty much should have learned after the first time I killed him, you probably should just wait until I finish and then you can jump right in. But no. He was brave, and, you know, I guess he thought, well, I'm at 110 and this person's at 110, so I should just be able to destroy this person. Didn't turn out that way, and he just kept jumping in the arena time after time and just handing me all this extra, like, percentage towards completion of the objective. And he was complaining about it in local. Oh my god, rogues are so fucking OP, and rah, 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 rah. You guys should be banned from the game. I don't know why Blizzard allows us. Rah, 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 rah. It was just like, dude, you have 2 million hit points. One of my finishers could just devastate you. I don't even have to try. I can just auto attack you and kill you if I get the right proc. I mean, what are you doing? And this guy just kept handing it to me. And he's whining about it in local, like, oh my god, I'm such a jerk, and I'm such an asshole, and I'm such, you know, an exploiter, and all this stuff. And it was just ridiculous. And I was like, well, okay, thanks for the completion, idiot. I mean, or what are you going to do, file a ticket and say, I jumped into a world PvP zone and got my ass handed to me? And they're going to be like, yeah, no shit. There are certain players out there who just kind of exist in this weird kind of fantasy land where they think that because they want something to work, that it should work, right? They think, oh, well, clearly, if this isn't working for me, this is somebody else exploiting, this is somebody else taking advantage, this is somebody else griefing. And because maybe they're not so informed on how the game works as they'd like to think that they are, you know, they just kind of just chalk that all up to griefing, and they complain about it. And I mean, certainly when you read the Star Citizen forums, There's a lot of suggestions in regards to PvP where people are trying to shift the game bit by bit towards a more care bearish model. I saw some people on Reddit suggesting, well, you know, in WoW they've got, you know, PvP servers and they've got non-PvP servers and we could just do it like that. It's like, no, that was never part of the idea. You know, when it comes to Star Citizen, the risks should be there, the excitement should be there. And I mean, being somebody who has been totally just devastated in PvP and somebody who has totally devastated other people in PvP, it's exciting. It's very exciting. It's a very exciting way to play. And I mean, obviously, there are going to be certain areas in Star Citizen that cater to the more easygoing, I just want to mine and relax type playstyle, but the rewards are going to be a little bit lower. Whereas if you kind of want to be smart about it and you want to be intelligent, I think that there should be a methodology surrounding skill that allows a player to kind of sneak in and get those resources and get out. And I think that would make for a very exciting and rewarding experience. Now, I think that with tomorrow's episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of talk about how I kind of imagine or idealize piracy playing out in high-sec space. Obviously, that's a pretty deep topic, so I'm going to leave an entire video for that and leave this one where it is. Because, yeah, I think I've kind of made my feelings clear about, you know, players being able to sneak into, you know, criminal or pirate space. And yeah, overall, though, I think that CIG is on the right track. Obviously, we got to wait until this system is fleshed out and playable, and we can kind of experiment with it and see what is and what is not possible. But I think that CIG is heading in the right direction. I think that their heads are in the right space as to, you know, trying to keep a healthy mix of PvP and non-griefing PvP in the game. But, you know, once again, obviously, we do have to wait and see how this is all built out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to bed.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.